and have a strategy in your pocket that can create cash on demand whenever you want it. You want to go get a car, let's wholesale a couple deals. You want to go on a vacation, let's wholesale a deal. So you're using real estate as a vehicle to fund your lifestyle today, to do the things that you want to do, to create a business. So keep that in mind as we go through. This is not the only strategy, as you know. Most investors don't succeed. Most investors focus on buy and hold strategies, which can create cash flow crunches. At one point in my real estate career, I had over 80 rental units. Okay? And you can imagine how just if a third of those units are vacant, how that felt. I mean, it was the most stressful time in my life. I learned a lot. I can stand up here after the fact and say, oh yeah, we came out the other side, but that was a challenge, because we got in here thinking, oh, we're going to buy, hold, cash out, do some refinances, and then we'll just have all these rental units. We'll create this empire, and we'll work with our family, and we'll create partnerships, and it just got crazy. Short sales are wonderful. They're a part of our business, but they're an acquisition strategy. They're not our business strategy. They're a part of what we do to find properties, but we don't rely on the big home runs in order to meet our monthly needs. And that's what happens with a lot of investors. End up starving to death because they simply want the big deal. If it's not $50,000, if I can't get $100,000, I'm not going to do it. What to me doesn't make a whole lot of sense. And one of the biggest mistakes that investors make is they don't treat real estate as a business. You cannot make money with a hobby. There seems like there's a real nice range of experience versus new people in this room, and I'm here to tell you, you can do it at any level. As a beginner, first deal. And it's actually probably one of the best strategies for beginners because, it's a simple strategy. It's something that will get them to a check quickly because a lot of investors get frustrated as beginners because they don't get money quickly. I don't know if any of you have ever felt like that who were just starting out. Like you got all this information, you've got all these strategies, you've got all these tools, but you don't have a way, or you haven't figured out a way, haven't come across a way where you can actually just give me a check. Just figure out how I can get a deal closed. There's legal flipping, which is what we consider, you flip anything, whether it be a car, buy and sell a car, buy and sell on eBay. That's really flipping. But in terms of the real estate business, legal flipping, you can do an assignment of contract, you can do a double closing, you can close an LLC. That's legal. Nothing wrong. Every transaction that we close, in essence, can be considered a flip. It worked. It was no way because it didn't have any potential curb appeal. And that's important because you got to remember that even though you're putting this property under contract and the numbers work, if you can't find a buyer that this house appeals to, you're dead in the water.